Right guys, this is my top 15 boating safety tips. Now, having been an owner of two boats, been at sea on my own many times and know a little bit about it. Luckily enough, I never did get into trouble. But my number one would be tell somebody where you are going with a return time. This can be with the harbour master. You can do this with the Coast Guard, friends and family, or other people at the marina who have boats and things like that. That'd be my number one. So on board your vessel, you want to have a good working radio, VHF radio, which can be clicked onto channel 16 in case you get in a muddle, and a mobile phone would be my suggestions, because if you're just offshore a little way, your mobile phone might pick up a radar mast. Number three for me would be a well-maintained engine, well-serviced, start on the button. That would be my preference there. Always test your engine before you leave the marina, just to make sure it starts and stops, so you don't get any muddles that way. Number four, water and food for your trip, plus extra day's water in case for something happened and you did have to stay out a lot longer. And also you want to bring some warm clothing as well in case you're sort of stuck out there at night or something like that. You'd be surprised how cold the ocean can get at night when you're on the water. Icicle cold. Adequate fuel. Make sure you've got enough fuel for your trip. That is number five. Number six is a box of flares. Probably want to be in some sort of cover or out the way in some sort of cabinet on board your boat. A compass is a good idea. Number seven, a compass. You can have electronics, but if the electronics fail because of the battery, having a manual compass to refer to, especially if it gets dark suddenly or you get caught up in fog or something like that. Number eight would be a first aid kit. If you're fishing and you're cutting up bait and you slash your hand, anything like that, you're going to need a first aid kit. You're going to need those basics. Number nine for me would be another set of propulsion, some oars or a spare engine, something like that, an auxiliary outboard you can use with some fuel to get yourself out of the muddle. Some of these new auxiliary engines have a built-in fuel tank. You'd be surprised what a little 2 horsepower engine can do. Can really get you out of a muddle. So just having one of them sort of stored safely and upright and well maintained in the boat would be an added advantage. For me, alcohol on the sea don't mix. Not at all. Impairs your judgment. You could hit a rock. There's all sorts of things which can go. You'll be surprised just what one can of beer can do to your judgment when you're at sea. It's really weird, but it's just the sea and the sea and alcohol don't mix. Make sure you've got an anchor on board. If you find yourself drifting and to stop you from drifting, use your anchor. Make sure you've got enough length of rope, so you can just keep your position where it is until help arrives. I think we spoke about fuel, but having spare fuel is an option. Number 13, a bailer. If for some reason you've got water coming on board the boat, you're going to need some sort of a method to get the water out. Another tip I would say with regards to being on the water, don't revert. If you're out in the open sea, don't try and reverse the boat against the sea for whatever reason, to lift up an anchor or lift up a lobster pot or anything like that. The stern of the boat, you can get water on board that way, and you can swamp the boat, and then you're going to capsize. So that's something I want to watch out for. And also anchoring as well. You can get yourself in difficulty in anchoring. Another one of my videos, I think it's the Stabbycraft boat fishing video, mentions a little bit about anchoring and not using the boat to lift the anchor out of the seabed, because you can dig the bow in and you can capsize the boat. So just be mindful of that. Number 14, check the weather and the tides. Remember, wind against tide can have bigger seas, if they're big spring tides as well. Watch the weather. Don't take any chances if the weather window is short. It's just not worth it. And another one is the basics. It's sun cream, a hat, and sunglasses. Just avoid that sunstroke. Avoid something happening to you where you're going to be debilitated. And that's pretty much it. That's my top 15 boat and safety tips. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Obviously, good boat maintenance is key. Tell somebody where you're going. And that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's just a quick sort of quick fire. I'll itemise these lists on the video so you can actually see them. And that's pretty much it, really. Just being well organised and don't be in a hurry. And you're going to enjoy the whole trip a lot better if you've got all these things ticked off. You can get yourself a little tick sheet and sort of just tick them off as you've got them all, so you know the night before that you've got them all, and then you can relax. Have a spare set of keys. Have your keys on a set of buoyancy. You can buy these buoyancy key rings. So if you drop your keys over the side, you can quickly scoop them out with a net, something like that. Lots of little safety. A ladder, so you can get in and out of the boat if you fall overboard. All these sort of things. Kill switches. There's loads. It's endless. Anyway, I'll see you later, guys. Enjoy your boat.